Hey, what's up, everybody? It's DJ Fanatic for soundsforproducers.com. Welcome to another beat making video, finishing up this beat. I believe this is part 6 of the same beat, which is a lot of videos, but it's all good. We're going at a smooth pace, so that way you don't get left behind or miss anything. And you can always, just revisit the video and check it out for anything that you're curious about what I do in any of these videos. So anyway, if you haven't hit the sub button. Make sure you hit the bell as well, so that way you're part of our notifications and you get to see all the awesome videos that we have for the channel, and also just some great ideas that we got coming, and also some more tips. We got some more tips coming, FL Studio little tricks that you can use in the software, and also some more beat making videos. And I'm going to introduce another product in the upcoming videos, and it's going to be really dope. We're going to create something very unique. So anyway, also give it a thumbs up if you're feeling the videos, and shout out to everybody showing us love on IG. If you want to follow us on Instagram, it's at Sounds for Producers on Instagram as well. And of course, you got the YouTube channel and our Facebook page. How can I forget the Facebook page? If you like to like the Facebook page, just search Sound for Producers, and we appreciate all the producers that are showing love and also out there just making great music. I hear great music every day for hours, and it's awesome. So speaking of great music, this is what we came up with so far. It's pretty much done, I believe so. Looks like it has a second verse here, and it probably jumps right into the chorus. So let's just play what we have and what we worked on, so that way you get to enjoy it. And for those that haven't seen the previous videos to this, this is actually, all these sounds are from the Sounds for Producers loop pack. Which one? The Scorpion Sting Volume 2. So there's loops in there, there's all kinds of things. But anyway, let me just hit play, excuse me, and that way you can hear what we did. We're gonna skip, let me turn that off. We're gonna skip the chorus because you heard it already, and we're gonna go to second verse. Just kind of listen to it again and see if I come up with any ideas to switch up. I might just leave it as is, so let's check it out. actually forgot I did that halftime at the end on the entire beat, which I normally don't do. I think it sounds pretty cool how it changes up at the end. So it came together pretty well. So I'm actually pretty happy with how everything sounds. I'm going to go over some mixing just a little bit and maybe mess around with some mastering. I forgot to mention, actually, the site is launched. It's official. The site is up. The products are ready. So the Sounds for Producers Scorpion Sting Volume 2, which this beat is made for, I can't talk today, is available. So I'll remember to put it in the description in this video, and as well as the free Cayenne pack that we have. It's a free pack for you to explore and create whatever you want with it, and it's free and it's really dope. Some great stuff in there, and we want you just to kind of just take it and run with it and just totally do different things. And anything that you finish with it, make sure you link us in, whether it's on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. Link us in so we can repost it and share your work, especially if it's dope. We always like to support producers, that support us and also make creative stuff with our products. So anyway, so let's and every producer can use free advertising, free promotion. It's a business where, the more your fans know about you, whether it's other producers or artists, the better you are. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I don't know, Timbaland, publicity and I won't say fame, but awareness of your brand is important. So let me put it that way. But when I think about Timbaland, like, he was producing probably for a year or two before people even knew him, but as he started getting hits, his brand builds. So it's all about getting out there as well, and also having great music. So you definitely got to have great music. That's what gets you further. So anyway, let me stop preaching. Let's figure out what we're going to do here. I do want to mix, so let's highlight the chorus. Usually when I mix, I'll just highlight the chorus and just kind of figure out what I want to do with the sound. So the levels are pretty good. Let me just see if I want to pan some things. I noticed the kick is hitting a little hard, a little distortion. Bring up a little highs in the snare, just a little bit, and raise it just a tad here. Add some color. If you don't know how to do this, you can do select pattern 1, hold down shift, left click, right click on any of them actually, and go to, you can rename in color or do random colors. Rename in color and do like a gradient. It's a quick way you can do a gradient, and of course you can do a whole bunch of other colors, but just wanted to add some flavor into the playlist window. So let's check it out. save that. Like I mentioned in other videos, make sure you hit that save button, because unfortunately, you know, softwares actually do lock up, and you know, you put time into it and you're like, man, did I just totally lose all the work I did and all the melodies that I came up with in a matter of 10 minutes and I can't remember it? So make sure you save. Control S. That's in actually a lot of different programs. So also, if you don't know how long you've been working on a project, you can always do this. I'm going to show you a little trick. I think I put this in one of our tips videos, but if I haven't, I'll show you right here just for joining us. Go to, hit this down arrow, go to options and go to project info, and that'll tell you how long you've been working on the project. This project was started on 1/4/19 at that time, and total time spent is 2 hours and 39 minutes. There's a way to I think you reset the time right when you start it, so you know how long you're working on it per project. So I believe that's how you do that. I can look into that and see if you're interested in it. And I didn't mention, if you're interested in learning some more NFL Studio, like how to do something or a tip or whatever, or what your weakness is or what you need help on, put it in the comments. You know, let me know, because I have a lot of information from doing it for a while, and I don't always utilize all my skills, and I definitely want to help you guys with things that you need help with. So if you don't know something or you need help with something, please put it in the comments. Appreciate it. And also hit the sub button. If you're gonna put a comment and not sub, you got to think about yourself. All right, so let's do some. Got the mixing done. Usually with mixing, I go with the volumes first, the levels of each sound, and then I think about panning. And well, usually right when I do the sound, first thing I usually do is EQ. I EQ out sounds that frequencies that I don't want for each sound, so that way everything is clean and it just sounds a lot more polished and professional. I can do like a whole mixing video if that's what you guys want, but I can do a lot of different things. So anyway, let's do some mastering, and I'm going to use a plugin that I haven't used probably in years, and let's start with Maximus. It's FL Studio native, and this way you don't have to buy anything outside of it. I think it comes with most of the FL Studios. So Maximus is a multi-band mastering tool, limiter, compressor, whatever. What you can do is actually, wow, it looks crazy. I haven't looked at this in so long. You put it on your master track right here, and the reason why I'm talking without doing the music is so you hear me better. And when I hit play, watch the frequencies. Notice this section right here. You can select master, which is the overall sound, and this is the highs. This is the mids, and this is the lows. And what you can do, you can solo each of these, and they have presets. You right click here, you get a lot of different presets. You got broken down by sections, fancy, you got destruction, dirty behind, clean. The names are kind of funny sometimes. Insert, break, slam. Some of these I used to use. Haven't used these in so long because I've been using Ozone. Ozone's a little more advanced, but I definitely would like to revisit this so I can master it. I feel like I haven't mastered this, and that's what I would recommend to producers, is don't try to just buy everything or try to get the hottest thing without understanding fundamentals and really learning his stuff, because I'm guilty to that. I don't know Maximus very well. I studied it for a long time and used it a long time, but some of the stuff I never use and I don't know what it's for, but I do know some key things. So notice I can solo the lows, and if I lower the threshold, increase the threshold, lower the ceiling. been so long since I used this. I think if I move this down, it'll, yeah, there we go. So what I'm doing is actually compressing the sound. Hopefully you can hear me. The purple right here is the input peaks. And the white is the gain. So notice it's lower than what it was. And what you want to use, basically I compressed it by moving these nodes here. And this is the only, only the low frequency. And then you can use your post gain, which makes up for that compression. Green is the output peaks, so that's the gain in that particular frequency. And let's do that for the mids. Alright, I may have mistaken. The white is the input, basically your regular sound going in. And when I lower the threshold, I'm only using like, I think it's like half a decibel. Let's see, this is 12 dB and I'm moving it, it's 0 dB and I'm moving down to negative 1.5. So the purple is the sound that's moving louder than the initial sound. And don't quote me on that. Oh, you really gotta compress this one. I'm gonna bring up the post a little bit. Usually you want to get it right where it's hitting this threshold here. That's 0 dB. My bad. I don't like to raise my highs too much. So let's check out the master. That's another thing I didn't mention. You can actually change the bands on them. You can change the bands where basically you change the levels. You distinguish what frequencies you want to adjust based on your highs, mids, and lows. So if you have like if I hit play here and I soloed each one, you can kind of isolate where you want the frequencies to be compressed. So what I want to do is actually show you before after. This is a way to keep it open without having to close it. You just detach it and it'll stay open as I go elsewhere. So here's a before after. This is before Maximus. and this is after Maximus. This is before and this is after. This is before. And this is after. So you can tell there's a big difference. It does sound louder. What I want to do, I wish I had a meter just to see. What I'm doing now is trying to get the sound as loud as possible without distortion, and also decrease the dynamic range or increase it. I'm sorry, long day. I want to make sure I say this right, and I haven't used Maximus in so long. So let me show you one thing here. Let's actually pull up Ozone 7. I don't have 8 yet. And just use it as a meter because I don't have another meter. I need to get one. So let's turn all those off. All right, so the entire thing is bypassed, or I could have just did that. And let's detach that. It should get a little, there we go. And we're gonna hit play without Maximus. Not really doing much. What I'm doing is paying attention to this RMS level, which is the average level of the entire beat, and it's not really changing much with Maximus. So what I'm going to do is close that and pull up Fruity Limiter and see if that does anything. Let's move that up and turn off Maximus and just see what happens. Fruity Limiter and Maximus obviously has like the same color scheme. Let me make this larger so you can see it. The purple is the input peaks. So what's going inside of the program, basically from the master to this plugin. And this white line is the threshold. It's the ceiling. Notice as I go like this, I can change the ceiling. So when I hit play, and the white is actually the output sound. So that's your end sound that's going out. I don't know, I used to be able to get it a lot louder with Fruity Limiter and Maximus. Let me see what happens if I do both. Alright, my bad for the confusion. I don't mean to confuse you and give you wrong information. I'm gonna have to brush up on Fruity Limiter and Maximus again to make sure I'm on point before I do a video like this, because I don't want to give you wrong information. It's been so long since I used these two, but hopefully I did give you some information that you can use. I'm definitely going to look at Maximus again and re-up on my dust off my skills, what I used to use on it, because I used to make beats sound really good with Maximus. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong right now. So anyway, what I might try though is just slapping Good Eyes on it and see what happens. Actually, it doesn't sound that bad. Good Eyes is just like a compressor that those A, B, C, D presets that you just saw. It's right here, Maximus. It's just see A, B, C, D, and you can visually see when you select it. See, so it's compression based on these frequencies. So you can kind of just change them a little bit or whatever. So Sound Goodizer is basically a plugin from the presets of Maximus, and it's a quick way of getting these settings. Just a quick tool that you can use that a lot of people knock, but you can get some great sounds out of Sound Goodizer, and it's just a compressor basically with those settings. A quick way of getting to it. See, even says it, powered by Maximus. So you get the point. My bad about the confusion. I confused myself with Fruity Limiter Maximus just now. I thought the results would be better working with it, but I can revisit it and just kind of educate myself on it, and that way I can make a better video using those plugins, because usually I use Isotope and Neutron, and I'd use that in a previous video, so you want to check that out, you can check that out. That was with the Scorpion Sting Volume 1 beat making video series, so you can check that out so you can see my mastering process. And there's tons of different ways to do it, so Don't just take one way, you know, experiment with different mastering techniques, because you can run into something that's really dope and that'll be your thing, you know, like either whether it's for a couple years, the rest of your life, or, you know, you do different mixing techniques once a month. So more knowledge, the better you are at doing it. And speaking of knowledge, let me go back on Maximus and just kind of study up on it and just make sure I'm telling you the right thing. I thought I'd get better results with it, but it's all good. The beat turned out pretty good. So I'm going to just play a little bit before we roll out. So again, it's DJ Fanatic from soundsforproducers.com. The site is up. The products are up. You know, they're available. Also, the free pack is available, so I'll put that in the description as well. And this beat was made from the Scorpions Thing Volume 2. Yes. So, yeah, it's a lot of great stuff in there. And look forward to hearing some dope music. So let's hear some music on the way out. Be blessed. Have a good night. My bad, y'all. I've been losing my voice. Peace.